Hey everyone. I thought I'd do this episode, do these reacting to videos, this random reacting to videos. Hope everybody doing well on this Tuesday evening. Had a great Mother's Day. Spending time with my mom, giving her gifts. So, so I had a good time. I had a good day. Yeah, next is Father's Day. I don't know about. I'll probably just say Happy Father's Day to everybody. I probably won't do anything bad for him. Probably. But I probably give him some money. That's probably about it. But I don't know about my dad, really. I don't know what to give him really. I could probably get him shoes, something string with no strings, so he'll be able to wear to work. If I do give him a gift, something he get be useful, underwear or socks, I could probably give him that, or deodorant, a body spray. I don't think my dad used body spray, but I'll give him like body spray or something like that. Maybe like a Steelers shirt or something like you. I think he does wear his like work clothes most of the time because he worked full time. So he work 6 days a week. So he mostly wears work clothes more than anything else. His work pants and his work shirt. So I don't know if I would give him any gifts, give him anything really. I don't know what to give him really. But anyway, I'm gonna react to some videos. Let's see what videos to react to. Let's see. I think I'll react to this video by Waldo Photo. I'll react to Waldo's video. Share screen.
This is Floridian Rollo, and I'm coming at you with another video. You know, I dealt with different ladies in my life, and I could tell you guys who mostly stick to your own, you may not have dealt with other women of other ethnicity. So let me explain something to y'all. Majority of the ladies I dealt with are so-called black women. However, I dealt with so-called Caribbean women. I dealt with so-called white women. And I also dealt with so-called Latino women. And I dealt with two particular so-called Asian women. And to be honest, women do women things. And they have a way of doing things totally different than the so-called black woman. See, the so-called black woman trick is this. I lower you in if you let me. I give you what you ask for if you let me get the tail end of you. And then if I don't want the tail end of you, I'm going to remove myself from the situation and I'm going to deal with somebody else. Now, you want to know how you know if a so-called black woman is dealing with somebody else? When she is pushing certain things to you that is out the norm. She's trying to remove her bad habits on you. And if you don't catch it, you into something that was not even there. Now, when it comes to the so-called Latino woman, They'll spice you up. They'll give you more pleasure in different avenues, and you thinking you winning the whole entire time. She got other men getting more joyful from her than you, so-called black man. She just learned at an early age. The so-called black woman learned at a later age how to manipulate. They don't learn that early. They learn that later on in life. The Latino woman, because I grew up in a community that was so-called Puerto Ricans, so-called Dominicans, and they have it. They start early. They get these dudes early, early. I went to school with them, so I know how they move at an early age. And then when they get in their teens and then they get in their 20s and 30s, they have a way of finessing dudes. So if you're a so-called black man, you're not used to being around them, you would think you're in heaven. Mm-mm. That's why when you see me have certain women around me, they could tell I've been around them, so they can't pull the okey doke on me. Whereas if you, as a so-called black man that's used to dealing with so-called black women only, you're not in a relation or have dealings or intercourse with other ethnicity women. You have no clue what you're getting yourself into. See, that's why they can't fool me. See, when I have these conversations with these other ethnicity women, you notice the flow. You see how I deal with a sister accordingly. You see how I deal with another woman of another ethnicity accordingly. Why? Because I've been around them. They know I've been around them. So some of you brothers and men in particular, you're not used to being around other women. And let me just say this. There was a time in New York in the 90s, I was dealing with Italian women, Latino women, and at times sisters. And guys used to see me, especially going to high school, dealing with different women. They wasn't doing that. They was sticking to their own. So I went to Bayside High School in Cardozo. Back in the day, I used to go travel to Bayside. And that's when I started dealing with the so-called white women, dealing with some Poland women. When I used to go to Maspeth, Queens, you ain't see brothers like that dealing with women of other ethnicity. I got a head start. So I watched how they deal with they men and how they was dealing with me. It's not that much of a difference. You get what I'm saying? So when I got in my 20s and my 30s and now in my 40s, man, my elevation of dealing with these ladies of different ethnicities, particularly here in Florida, I mean, my goodness, it's just what it is. I know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? So getting back to New York in the 90s, you ain't see brothers messing with other women like that unless they had a connection. You know what I'm saying? Because if you get caught dealing with another ethnicity woman, the sisters will want to dump it up with Olga. That's what happened with me and the so-called Mexican chick in Park Slope when I was with her in high school. When I was with her in high school, and I was dealing with a sister at the time, the sister was just like moving on to the other high school basketball dude. I like looking at her like, okay. So I was in the hallway and I seen this fine Mexican woman. She wasn't dealing with nobody. She was talking to some people, but she wasn't dealing with nobody. So I'm putting my arms around her, doing my thing. We walking in hallways, everybody seeing us holding hands. Oh, the woman got pissed. When we used to get off at Fourth Avenue, they were standing there waiting. The sisters was waiting. They was mad because they couldn't believe that I'm giving. The brothers was not there. The brothers in the basketball team, they wasn't there and dealing with no Latino woman. Because when we used to go to the high school down there in Park Slope, y'all know the high school I'm talking about. Man, he was like, what? What? You got the nerve. You dealt with a sister. Okay, she dealt with somebody on the team. And you get with this high quality Latino woman that's in Sunset Park. So the Latino dudes was cool with me for the most part. Matter of fact, they had my back at one particular time because the brothers wanted to, get at me and when they get it in, and the Latino dudes, man, they was like, yo, don't touch him. Don't touch him. And it was this Puerto Rican chick that stayed in Red Hook, that stayed in my grandmother's building at the time. That stayed in my grandmother's building in Red Hook. She was bad. So I had me and a Latina. I went to summer school and I had me a Latina. I mean, she was bad. Oh my goodness. I ain't gonna say her name. She was bad. I mean, oh my goodness. She was tall and man, I had her. I told her, let's go to chill in Coney Island because her dude was on some ish. I said, let's go chill in Coney Island. We cut class and we went to Coney Island chilling. I was all over her. And mind you, I had the Latino woman. So guess what? She must have told the Latino woman that I was dealing with at that time. And she stayed in Fort Greene at the time, the Fort Greene projects. But she was a baddie, man. I mean, yo, so in the 90s, I was dealing with some sisters. And then later on, I was dealing with the Latinas and the white woman for a minute. I wasn't dealing with no sister until I met a lady on some Bumblebee, I can't remember what site. And the dude that I beat in competition, getting the most hugs in high school, I blew him out and I blew the Latino guy. I blew them out. The dudes, the football team and the basketball team, Dad, this dude, this ninja doing this thing. What? You know what I'm saying? That was like I was hugging the woman like this. I was getting them. I was picking them up. Man, I was doing mad stuff with the women, man. What? Man, I was doing my thing in high school, man. I was like doing more than the stars in high school was. You know what I'm saying? And one dude had a car. He was getting the shorties. Yeah, I was getting the shorties. Man, I had the shorties lined up waiting for me in the staircase, y'all. For real, for real. They was in the staircase waiting for me. And I just went to go see old girl in Bayside. And then it got wind because I brought the dude with me to Bayside. And then he told the chicks in the high school in Park Slope what was going on. And then the women started switching up. Oh, you just having us hanging out. You ain't hanging out with us. And you going to Queens. You ain't taking us to Queens anymore. What's going on with you hiding out? No, I was just doing my thing. I was just going into Queens. Anyway, so it was a time I was dealing with talking with this quote unquote white woman and Latina woman. We was walking down into Flatbush. So we cut class. I'm like, yo, let's go. I was pushing them on the swings. Y'all know the swings back in the days in New York, pushing them on the swings. I was like, yo, working out and stuff. I'm doing some tricks on the swings, whatever. They was like, ooh. So like, what we gonna do? Like, let's go walk down Fourth Avenue, walk down Fourth Avenue. And I was with some baddies. I mean, they was some baddies. So we walking, we walking, we walking. Then the construction men, they was looking at them like, damn, they looking good. No, knowing that they teenagers and I'm a teenager. And I'm like looking at the dudes like, nah, I ain't now on my watch. You know what I'm saying? So back then, it's possible they was dealing with older dudes at the same time it was with me at the time. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. So I saw two of them later on in my late 20s. I saw them on the train. We exchanged information. For whatever reason, I lost contact with them. The point I'm trying to say is that you got a lot of guys online that's not, it's talking about dealing with different women of different ethnicity. They traveling to other countries to get with the women. You know what I'm saying? And they don't have no way of dealing with these women. And they get caught up even more than dealing with a sister. I mean, a sister could be ruthless. Don't get me wrong. For the most part, yeah. At the same time, these other ladies are ruthless differently. And so what I want to tell you guys is you got to hang out with somebody. You got to hang out with somebody that been around different women. See, it was a guy, he was just used to dealing with sisters. So when me and him hung out, I took him to a spot and he was like, where the sisters at? I said, they're not here. He said, man, I don't know. And then the women knew I could. I was like, yo, talk to him. And then he started like, yo, I said, I got you. Don't worry. I read the room. I read the room. I can see what's going on. I got to find one. He got to find one, whatever the case may be. So then eventually, he started catching on how to deal with them. And if they walk away, not to get caught up in some serious feelings. Because I'm going to tell you something. The women of other ethnicities, they'll get you more feeling bad if they leave you than a sister. You know what I'm saying? It's not to say a sister leave you, you ain't gonna feel some type of way. For whatever reason, them Caribbean, so-called Caribbean women, man, when they leave, man, there's something about them too. So what I'm saying is, man, women gonna be women at the same time. Experience will teach you a lot. See, I realize some of you guys, you just used to dealing with your own because you come from different states, different areas. I just want to let you know, even though New York is a fluctuated of different things, still to this day, most people ain't trying to deal with other ethnicity. Yeah, you may heard about certain guys. I was one of those guys that did it. A lot of guys I grew up with, they dealt with their own, and that's all they know. They didn't. They may talk to other women of other ethnicities, conversations. They ain't do nothing with them past that. And so that's why me in Florida is great because it's a multitude of different women. You know what I'm saying? There's sisters, there's other ethnicities, Caribbean, this and that, and all that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, like the South in particular, most people stick to their own. They rarely go out and deal with the other ethnicities. It's very small, minute. However, the younger people, you know, is a different ball game. When you come up in the 20s and the 30s, it all depends on who you talk to. Anyway, with that said, y'all, when you deal with these women, deal with them accordingly and know that there's ways of how to catch them. And I will talk about that in a part two. So I appreciate y'all for tuning in. I said I wasn't going to talk about it with, reaction. I'm just going to speak on what I notice and what I see and bring my expertise in it. And I'm going to show you better than I could tell you. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. This is Floridian Rollo. I'm out. Peace.
That's a good video, actually. Yeah, he's right. Just deal with other ethnicities. Especially, usually I just deal with black and white. Right? Sometimes I find white women nicer and more. I notice that white women are like more nicer, more submissive. They know their role as a woman. They don't try to like boss you around. So, I'm African, mostly African women, African American women, kind of like boss you around and tell you what to do and try to tell you. But sometimes they just try to look out for you. They ain't try to tell you what to do. But uh, uh, for me, dating a Caucasian woman, and I do find them like more nicer, more respectful, more um know that role as a woman, know that you're the man instead of trying to be the better pants in the relationship. I noticed that some African American women after they try to run the parents in the relationship and try to tell them about everything, try to try to be try to be in control of the relationship. I noticed that with some of the African women I've dated, African American women I've dated. But they are nurturers. Yeah, I say African American women are African American women are nurturers, and they like to have families. They like to have kids. They want to have live like life with you. So most of them do. Women in general just want to be with that family. They want to have a family. Some of them want to have families. Just want to just live happy ever after. That kind of that fairy tale story where they live happy ever after and just live their life. Just take. Um, they want diamonds and pearls, a couple of kids, and a home, a good man to call their own. They want it all. They want candy. They're like, I want all that. Women just want to be happy. They want this happiness, really. Let's go to Huggins says, Joe, what's up? What's up, chat? Not many people on the chat, really. I understand that. What's the name? Umbrella. He has like chat members in the chat. Be in the chat. I noticed that. I don't have like a lot of members that's chatting on my chat, really. Okay, let me watch this. Shocking testimony in day one at Sean B. Let's watch this. Guess we can watch this.
It's day one of the celebrity trial gripping much of the nation. Sean Diddy Combs, once one of entertainment's most powerful moguls, accused of crimes so heinous, he faces the possibility of spending the rest of his life behind bars. He's denied all charges. And just a warning, this story contains accounts, descriptions, and visual content of actual or alleged events that some may find disturbing.
Mom, how are you feeling today, Mom? How is your son?
Can't talk about the case at all.
All eyes are on this New York City courthouse as the federal trial for disgraced mogul Sean Diddy Combs begins.
Music mogul Sean Diddy Combs goes on trial today.
Combs is inside the courtroom along with those prospective jurors.
He faces multiple charges, including racketeering and sex trafficking.
The musician famous for hits like Bad Boy for Life.
What I've been through, y'all got drama, the saga continues.
And Can't Nobody Hold Me Down.
We're trying not to lose our heads.
Charged with sex trafficking, transportation for prostitution, and racketeering conspiracy, the 55-year-old has pleaded not guilty to all charges.
Today was a monumental day when we're talking about Sean Combs, P. Diddy, Puff Daddy. At one point, he also had the actual key to New York City. So to see him today facing trial on federal criminal charges is completely a downfall of who Puff Daddy, who Sean Combs was.
Prosecutors allege he used his power to force women into prolonged drug-fueled orgies he called freak-offs, and then threatened them into silence.
The freak-offs, according to prosecutors, were these sex marathons. Some of them lasted days, and they were fueled by ecstasy or other party drugs. And women were not allowed to leave.
Highly anticipated at the trial, the testimony of Cassandra Ventura, the singer better known as Cassie, who is at the center of this now infamous video. The disturbing scene appears to show Combs chasing her down a hotel hallway in 2016, knocking her down and kicking her. The first evidence shown to jurors today, videos and photos from that violent encounter.
Everyone was leaning in and focusing and watching this video. Literally, you can hear a pin drop in that courtroom.
A security guard who came onto the scene in the aftermath of that attack testified that Diddy had a devilish stare and Cassie had a purple eye. Another witness alleging he was paid to have sex with Cassie while Diddy watched and told to urinate on Cassie.
You heard so much about sex during the prosecution's opening, the defense opening. You heard about oral sex. You heard about missionary style. You heard about baby oil being put on people's body. You heard so much. This is not a case for the prude.
Cassie and Diddy were in a romantic relationship for almost a decade, releasing hits like Me and You.
They know you're the one I wanna give it to. I can see you on me too. Now it's me and you.
Her graphic and disturbing 2023 civil lawsuit against Diddy changed everything, helping spur the federal criminal investigation into the mogul. Diddy has denied these allegations and settled that suit without admission of wrongdoing.
Mom, how are you feeling?
Diddy's mother and children arriving to court this morning to support him, along with Combs' spokesperson.
Obviously, this is like a horrific time for the family, so they're just trying to hold steady in their faith and make sure that they take care of each other.
And how is Mr. Combs feeling?
Upbeat. I think, obviously this is a huge deal, and so he's just ready to have his side told in open court.
Inside the courtroom today, Diddy smiling and blowing kisses to his family.
He's very observant as to what's going on in the courtroom, and he's taken part in his defense.
Both sides delivered their opening statements, making their case. The all-female prosecution team saying that Combs used a trusted inner circle to commit crime after crime, including kidnapping, arson, and sex crimes. Prosecutor Emily Johnson saying, "This is Sean Combs. To the public, he was Puff Daddy, or Diddy, a cultural icon, a businessman larger than life. But there was another side to him, a side that ran a criminal enterprise."
The prosecution is alleging that it was his inner circle that enabled him to be able to engage in these acts, but also hide these acts from the public and for it to go on for so long.
At least 3 alleged victims of Diddy are expected to testify, including Cassie, and a woman prosecutors are referring to as Jane. During opening arguments, prosecutors alleged that Diddy forced the women to participate in so-called freak-offs and instructed Cassie and Jane how to look, to dress in lingerie, wear tall platform high heels, and have manicured white nails. Diddy's defense arguing the sexual relationships were consensual and not coerced, saying the rapper lived a swingers lifestyle.
The defense wants to say that these women are all adults. They're all consenting and willing participants in these freak-offs.
Defense attorney Tenny Garrigo saying in her opening statement, that may not be what you like to do in your bedroom, but you're not here to judge him for his sexual preferences. She later added, being a willing participant in your own sex life is not sex trafficking. That disturbing video was also part of the defense's opening arguments, plainly saying it was an instance of domestic violence. Garrigo saying, domestic violence is not sex trafficking. Had he been charged with domestic violence, had he been charged with assault, we would not be here right now.
The defense said that Sean Combs may be a lot of things. He may have committed domestic violence, but those aren't the crimes the defense said that he's charged with. So in effect, the argument is he's a criminal, just not the kind of criminal they say he is.
The first testimony in the trial taking jurors to Los Angeles, March 2016, in the hotel where that surveillance video was taken. The first witness, an LAPD officer who worked security at the hotel, he says he responded to a call for a woman in distress on the 6th floor.
When he got to the floor, he noticed that there was glass on the floor, that the vase and the flowers were broken.
The security guard described going back to Diddy's hotel room and standing in the doorway while Ventura grabbed her things. Inside, another man sitting at the corner of the bed.
So from the very start, the first witness brings the jury into that hallway where he said Sean Combs looked at him with a devilish stare and Cassie Ventura had a purple eye.
Sean Combs tried to offer him money, to give him money to make this go away. And he said he wouldn't accept the money.
The second witness to take the stand, Daniel Phillip, a man who said he was paid to have sex with Cassie on multiple occasions at several high-end New York City hotels while Diddy watched. The witness said he was paid between $700 and $6,000 each time.
So Mr. Phillip agreed to go to the Gramercy Hotel to do a performance for a bachelorette party. At least that's what he thought. But when he got to the hotel, to the room, that Cassie opened up the door. He did not know that was Cassie, and that she told him, well, it's my birthday and my husband wants to do something special. So can you give me a massage with this body oil? And then we can just take it from there and see where it leads.
Diddy allegedly in the corner masturbating, wearing a bandana over his face. During these meetups, he says Diddy would often give directions and at times tell him to step off and back up because he was going to get some.
Sean Combs's children, his mother, came to court to support him, but when the testimony became graphic, his daughters stood up and walked out. When they came back in at one point, the testimony got more graphic about ejaculation, about urination. That was too much. They turned and walked out again.
Philip also described witnessing Diddy drag and hit Cassie. When asked by prosecutors why he didn't intervene, he testified, "My thoughts was that this was someone with unlimited power, and chances that even if I did go to the police, that I might still end up losing my life." Cassie, who's now 8 months pregnant, is expected to take the stand tomorrow.
Cassie's the case. Cassie Ventura, who has not spoken about this publicly except in a civil lawsuit, is taking the witness stand as a star witness.
Her husband and father of her children spotted at court today. If convicted, Combs could face life in prison.
Damn, he could face life in prison? Wow. It's over for, I think it's over for Sean Combs. It's over for him. I think it's over. It's over for you, blood. Duh. Dog. He's gonna get life in prison. He might get like a parole, probably. He might be able to get out of jail, probably. I don't think he'll get a whole life, but you know, celebrities get special privileges, so he might get special privileges and he'll be able to get out of jail in a couple of years, maybe 10, 20 years. He'll be gone out of jail probably the same time as R. Kelly, probably. I gave my thoughts on R. Kelly. I still, R. Kelly to me is the king of R&B, king of R&B, king of R&B, number one. But just like Bow Wow said, he wrote down his top 5 R&B singers. He said KO's mostly R. Kelly. R. Kelly is definitely number one. As far as P. Diddy, definitely number one. If he had a music mogul, well known, did record label Bad Boy. I think he did Bad Boy. He founded that Bad Boy. Had the Trey B.I.G. Had some stars like Bob Rob, a few other stars. Mace. He put Mace on the map. Yeah. So if it wasn't for them, if it wasn't for P. Diddy, those guys wouldn't be on the map. But they was on the map thanks to P. Diddy. Thanks to P. Diddy. So let's check out more videos. Let's check out this video. The golden era of video games is over.
Hello, YouTube fam. How y'all doing? It's your Uncle Tim. This is Uncle Tim Rants and Reviews, a channel that I ran and I review. I'm your host, Uncle Tim. Fam, you know what? Video game collecting is dead. Resellers done priced the games out of this damn stratosphere, out of the atmosphere. Dude, you cannot find games in the wild. It's like finding a needle in a haystack. Used to be you could go to garage sales, yard sales, thrift stores, Goodwills, flea markets, just anywhere out there, dude, and you are guaranteed to find like a plethora of games. But now you can't because resellers are beating you to the punch. They're going out there, finding all the stuff, and they're marking it up. Then you got all these people out here with these buy lists. You send them the product, they send you your money, easy peasy, man. But you know what? For the collectors, it's a hard-ass time. And like I said before on another video, resellers are starting to quit selling video games. They're starting to just say, hell, I'm going to focus on everything else and leave the games alone. You know why? Because there's too many people. There's too much of competition. You know, with all of this damn competition, who the hell are you selling to? Bro, I know a lot of people going to get mad at me and be like, Unc, you always saying something is dead. No, you realized it was dead a long-ass time ago. Look how they doing the damn games. You got to download the damn game. Why the hell would I even go buy the damn thing? You got a dongle now for the Switch 2, and you just download the game onto the dongle. I know some of the games are actually games that come, but, you know, the ones that are dongles, they say it on there. Dude, look, I don't have time for that. You know, I miss retro gaming. I miss the good old days. I'm not talking about where the prices was this, or this. Dude, I don't miss that. I miss being able to put my cartridge in and play it. Dude, put it like this. This ain't the greatest game in the world. But you remember, you could put this disc in your PS3 and just play it. It boots right up. Everything saves with your memory card and every damn thing else. Now, try that with these damn games. Try it. Try it with these. Thing is, you got to download the damn game to the system. Who wants to do that? Who wants to sit there for 5 or 10 minutes and download a game to the system when you want to play it right then and there? Dude, when I'm looking at all that, it's really a turnoff. Dude, I'm like, man, I got so much shit to do. Now all of a sudden, you throwing this at me. Dude, a reason why a lot of people are turning away from video games and selling their collection because, again, it's too much. The prices at the retail store are an arm and a leg. The mom and pop stores are disappearing because they can't compete anymore. They can't compete with Amazon, Walmart, Target, eBay, hell, and people with all these buy lists. They can't compete with those people. Hell, the video game people who sold video games now, far as retailers, far as like the mom and pop and, those people who always wanted to own a video game store, now they transitioned to Pokemon cards. They left the games behind and said, shit, nobody buying that stuff. So why am I doing this? One guy said we used to have whales come up in here and spend $1,000 or $2,000, buying video games. Now they don't come in no more. And, the thing is, they're not coming in anymore because they don't want to do it anymore. Dude, it's too much now. If you're not buying games from back in the day, buying games now, man, are kind of like you pissing in the wind almost, man, because you're really not getting anything out of it. Think about it. Even if I download the games, I don't own them. Think about it. If you download it directly to your system, you don't own those. And guess what? They get rid of servers all the time. So you own the game as long as the server there. Dude, you know what? This is what I'm talking about. This is why I keep saying this shit is shit. They need to go back to the day when games were just games. Why is one game damn near 20 gigabytes? Why? Why is one game 100 gigabytes? What the hell are we doing? Oh, it's an expansive world. You can just travel all across the world of the game. I don't want none of that. I just want to play random ass games. I don't need all of that. And see, this is where, they're getting us with, talking about, yeah, this game, it has so much and, it costs so much to make. We're charging $100 for this. Man, hell no. You going to keep that damn game. Guess what? For $100 damn dollars, I could buy a ton of retro games. You know what? Look, I know I'm having a hard time going to Goodwills, bro, Salvation Armies, yard sales, thrift sales, garage sales, flea markets, man, and not finding anything quality. But guess what? I'm not going to go and kill myself buying games that I know damn well I can't afford, bro. Come on, man. Make it make sense for me. We were talking a while back, and we were talking saying the minute they made games where you had to download them, you killed the market. This is their way of saying, well, you get to buy in-game purchases and stuff like that. And all of this other stuff. Man, you know what? I'm not looking for none of that. I just want to play my damn game. If the game costs $100 damn dollars, why do I need to do other shit? This is getting to be too much. And this is why people are saying, I'm going to let them keep this. Because people are frustrated. And if they're buying handheld systems, they're buying old school handheld systems where you just put the cartridge in and that's it. Dude, nobody want to play all this hard to play shit. All they got is really shoot 'em ups now. They teaching you how to be snipers and killers. You training for the damn military and you really don't know it. Bro, they recording all that shit. You don't think they are? They trying to find the people with the best records and they're going to use those damn people. You think it's a conspiracy theory, bro? Trust me. That Ender's Game shit was real on real levels, bro. I'm going to tell you something. Pay attention to everything. Pay attention to the prices of cartridges, bro. I told you before, cartridges used to be like, back in the day, back in the 70s, they were like $10. then to $20 in the 80s, then, $30. Then, Nintendo 40 and 50. Then, after a while, 60, because they thought people were going to go crazy when they went from 40 to 50. People didn't. Nobody rioted or went off or didn't protest. People just kept buying the games. So they went to 50 to 60. Nobody protested. They were like, damn, really? Oh, it's this easy? 60 to 70. Nobody still protested. I said something. Nobody else did. 70 to 80. Nobody looking at it like, well, I need the game. Now it's damn near at $90 and people trying to say something now. It's too late. Damn it, the damn cartridge costs just as much as the damn system. Dude, this shit is crazy. If the system 500 and each game is 100, 5 games, you done bought the damn system. Dude, what are we doing? I don't need that. Dude, after you buy the game console, bro, how often do you play it? I'm just being serious. I was thinking about my Xbox Series X and my PS5 and my Nintendo Switch, bro. I'm just looking at it like, man, I barely have enough of time to do the shit I need to do. Don't get me wrong. I play it from time to time, but, the way I thought I was going to be playing it, no, we're not doing that. Because, shit, there's too much going on in my life. I got other stuff going on. So, think about it. Think about everything that you're doing. This is what's killing video games, bro. There's too much of competition out here. Too many people selling. There's not enough of people buying. The buying market on video games, the golden era is gone. The golden era of video games is over. You're never going to get 50-cent games no more, or $1 games. You may find them at certain places. You may get a stack of games for $80. But you know what? Those deals are hard to find now. You competing with so many damn people, and the deals ain't really worth it. Some of the discs are so scratched up. You're not getting good prices. And, a lot of people would trade like their, basic games to like, GameStop and the mom and pop stores. They're only getting you store credit now. They like, shit, we ain't getting you cash for this garbage. It's real now. They don't even take your expensive games anymore. Whereas you got a game like Earthbound or Rules of the Rose, and it's some other games. Stadium Event for Nintendo, I think that's what it is. I think that one like 50. They not buying any of this shit right now because who you gonna sell it to? All the whales have left the ocean because this is just not economically feasible anymore. Buying games from people, go to Amazon and look them up. Go to eBay and look them up. Look at these people and their prices and look how they're getting over. The damn resellers are killing us. They go to the flea markets and buy up the whole damn flea market. They go to the yard sales and garage sales and buy everything. They go to the GameStops, the thrift stores, the Goodwills, the Salvation Armies. They go into all these places. They go into the pawn shops. Dude, it used to be a lot of pawn shops around me. It still is. They all used to sell video games. Now they telling me they don't sell them anymore because it's not feasible anymore. Because the games don't hold no high value anymore. And dude, man, that's the main places I used to go to get video games. They're like, man, you ain't don't really get shit for them right about now, man. It's best for you to take a pass right now. To be honest, I understand. I get it. But you know what? You still gonna get mad. And you still gonna get upset, man. Because again, when I point out these games, to me, when you start talking about before PS3, before PS2, bro, you had some good games out there. You had good, good stuff. Then when you get into games like this, these were good games, bro. I'm looking at it now, and I'm trying to figure out why even do it. Why even focus on it anymore, man? You know what? I had stopped and I had started again with the Switch collection. And damn, when I started doing the Switch collection, I learned one thing that got me so mad after buying a lot of the games, bro, was that, man, You think Nintendo's first party would be so much better? Don't get me, besides the Mario games, you think they will come out with some other shit? You know, I'm serious, man. I'm expecting more than just Mario and Zelda, bro. I'm expecting some of that damn thing. Look, I don't know completely about video games. I'm not thoroughly in, the history, man, but I know I bought consoles from all over this planet, bro. And I used to have some of every damn thing. And one of the biggest things I noticed and I learned, sometimes this shit just don't matter. You get a console, man, and I don't give a damn. I bought a Neo Geo and a Neo Geo CD, 1, then a 2, then a 3. And I realized, man, shit, they all play just about the same. The Neo Geo CD has a slow loading time. The Neo Geo CD 2, the loading time on 2 and 3 is faster. You ever play a Neo Geo? Those big ass cartridges, bro? At one point in time, I had 100 of them. That's how real it was. This is how gaming was. And you were able to buy games for cheap. You were able to buy $20 damn Neo Geo cartridges at one point in time. And I'm dead serious. Back in, the early 2000s? Dude, people think I be talking shit. It's real out here, bro. From 2000 to 2005, I was buying Neo Geo cartridges and CDs. Shit was easy. PCFX, FM Towns Marty, what's that? The Sharp XJ something. Then I had the MSX. I had a lot of these consoles, man. The PC Engine FX, the Turbo Duo, bro. It was just so much. And I bought the English version, which is the United States version, and I bought the Japanese version. And sometimes I bought the PAL version of the console because I don't want to use all those damn converters. And it's easy to convert the power voltage than it is trying to get a converter for the damn cartridge. It's just real, bro. I looked at it just like this. It's the same as video. I mean, it's the same as action figures, bro. You sit here sometimes and you look and you be like, man, when is it time to cash out? Again, collecting video games is not an investment. Never was for me. But, each time that I cashed out at that particular time, I think I came up on some money, bro. First time I sold, for consoles that I hadn't played in a long time, I made good money for. Second time I sold, man, I got some good money. Third time I sold, shit was phenomenal. This time, I'm just keeping it there, unless, other things pop up. I was told that, a lot of the hard-to-find PS2, Nintendo, Wii games and stuff like that, I don't have, cases for them. They're just in sleeves in a big binder. Somebody said that stuff ain't worth nothing. You might as well just sell it to me for nothing. I said, man, then you go out there and find it for nothing then. Everybody want a freebie. Bro, trust me. You don't want free from somebody. No good deed goes unpunished, bro. Just think about it. Collect the shit you collect and understand why you collect it. But to later, fam, thank you for watching. Peace out.
That was a good video. See, that's how it is. Video games is. I collect them still, but I have to go back to collecting video games. But mostly I find inspiration from Larry the Batman fan. He collected a lot of video games. I'm like, I collect like a whole bunch of games. I probably don't. I don't collect as much, but I probably gotta play them first and just keep them and just keep them in my room. I may play wrestling and fighting games mainly, but I have different games, so I should play those. Yeah, if I have some downtime, or 4 days, or if I have downtime, I have to play some video games, chill-based video games, on my time of relaxing and just chilling. Yeah. Let's see the next video. that I can think of. So let's see who's live. Somebody, Janet is live. Express Janet is live. Go to Huggins is alive. Live. Queen Dee said it is live. She live on 2. She was live first, now she live again. Yeah, I think I'll go an hour and just call it a day. I'll just react to one more video. I was gonna go 2 hours, but I'll probably go 2 hours in the next episode. I'll react to Larry the Batman fans video. Let's react to one of his videos. That'll be the end of it. In this stream. Let's look at Larry the Batman. The Batman fan. Let's look at one of his videos. Let's react to. I'll react to DK. What videos to react to? Is DK Oldies really that bad? I guess that would be the final video I'll react to. Let's react.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Larry the Batman fan here. Hope that y'all are doing well today. God bless you all. So, today I'm going to be talking again about DK Oldies. A lot of people have talked about DK Oldies in the past, especially Review Tech USA, claiming that they do not refurbish their product, and apparently has shown the audience that they don't refurbish their products. They don't clean out the systems and things like that. Well, to be honest with y'all, I haven't had that issue with DK Oldies personally. Everything that I've gotten from DK Oldies has worked fine. And the only systems that I bought off of them was the Atari 2600 and the NES. I needed another NES because the NESs I've had in the past they just bite the dust. You're better off with the that Retron 5 machine or the Classic 2 machine, those replicas of the systems that can play NES, Super Nintendo, and Sega Genesis cartridges, makes it a lot easier, and they actually do play, whereas the actual system itself has some issues. So, excuse me, in my personal opinion, I have not had any problems with any consoles not working. I've checked inside of the systems. I haven't seen anything really dirty. So I guess DK Oldies just got a bad rep when they first started. Because for me personally, I have not had those issues. Same thing with the cartridges and stuff. You buy cosmetically flawed, they might have a small rip on the top of the label, or there might be a small tear on it where it's cosmetically flawed, you know? It's cheaper usually than the good cartridge. Makes sense. The refurbishing process that they put these systems through to repair them, I understand charging a little bit more to the customer because of that reason. However, I don't excuse me, I don't agree with everything. For instance, I saw a PS2 on their site. They want $200 for the slim model PS2. That makes no sense. I mean, I get that they refurbished the thing, but when that system is going for $100 to $130, that's a bullshit. Fucking ripoff. I'd understand charging like maybe extra $30, like $160, because of the refurbishing process that they put it through. But $200, no. Because it comes with no games, it comes with no memory card. It's just a system with the controller, one controller, mind you, not two, and the cords. I would charge a better deal. I got a friend, Zack Attack Studios. His real name's Zachary. I'm not going to say where he lives. That would be wrong. But his name's Zachary, and Zachary is going to be getting a PS2 off of me. I'm not going to charge him the prices that DKDs would charge. I'm selling my PS2, not my personal PS2, but another PS2 that I'm getting. I'm going to sell it to him with 4 or 5 games, the controllers, 2 controllers, that is, a memory card, and the console itself with the cords for like $160, you know. Although there is going to be a $25 shipping fee included. I need to have the shipping fees, because otherwise I'm not going to, like, if I send it out in the post office, I will have to pay for it myself, and I will get no reimbursement for it. So I can't do that. I need to have the shipping fee included. And shipping fees at the post office, the lowest I can really do is $7.50. But when it comes to a console and a bunch of games, the shipping fee's got to be higher than $7.50. Give me a second. This December weather in general is making my nostrils go crazy. So when it comes to DKO's prices, I can kind of see through the problems. The reason why people get mad is because some of the prices on the consoles are ridiculous. Like, who the hell is going to pay $200 for a PS2? Who the hell is going to pay like $300 for an NES bundle that comes with Super Mario Bros. And Duck Hunt cart, Super Mario Bros. 2 and Super Mario Bros. 3 comes with that. Comes with two controllers, the system, and the cords. I could get that at a thrift store if I could find one at a thrift store. I could get all three of those games, the NES console with the Nintendo Zapper, and all the cords and two controllers for probably about $150, and then still have money to buy Kirby's Adventure, Excite Bike, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, and a copy of Metroid, and probably one of those cheap games like Wizards and Warriors 2, or say Double Dragon, or Double Dragon 2, or maybe Blaster Master, just to name a few other good, or Metal Mech, just to name a few other good NES games for $10 or less, and spend about almost the same price that they would charge $300 for an NES console with those three games and the cords and the controllers. So you kind of gotta know how to shop around and see is DK Oldies really a scam or not. I personally don't think so, because everything I've ever gotten from them or ordered from them has come fast shipping, like 3 days it took to get to where I live, which is awesome. And everything, it was in working condition. Whereas on eBay, I bought and shit from people and they sold me scratched up stuff. Like, for instance, Need for Speed Carbon for PS2. When I bought that game, it was heavily scratched up and it would not play my PS2. Now, I didn't keep that game. I threw it in the garbage, but still, that's one example. Here's another example. This was an eBay purchase. American Chopper for PS2. I remember when this TV show came out, I was like 12 or 13 years old. It was a good show. Apparently, they decided to make this into a video game. In fact, they made a sequel. They made American Chopper 2 for PS2. I have that. I didn't have the first one. But if you look at this disc, don't know if you can see that in this lighting, but that disc is really scratched up. And when I popped it in my PS2, it read the disc and it booted up for about 15 seconds, and then it just stayed put at the logo that said Activision, copyright, trademark, 2004, yada yada, blah 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 blah. And I'm sitting there like this for like 5 minutes and it's not moving. So then I had to turn it off and reboot it, and it got back to the same spot, and then it didn't work. So this, I'm going to have to message the seller and tell them that it doesn't work. I want my money back. I spent $1.13 on this game, but there was shipping, about $5 shipping. So the guy owes me $6.50 for this. The disc does not work. That's just another example. I've had a couple of PSP games come in where the top of it's broken. That's not supposed to be like that. It's supposed to be intact. Even if it doesn't have the case, it should still be intact. If it's falling apart, I'm not too pleased with that. But that's the kind of stuff I've had to deal with eBay sellers, and it's ridiculous. They're not all like Matthew was. Yeah, Gimpy Ninja Gaming was definitely the best one that I came across. The one that was most fair, gave me good deals, and none of the stuff that I bought from him was broken. And Hub Chew, he did a good job too. It's a shame that Hub Chew doesn't want to talk to me. I don't know what his problem is. I'm not pissed off with him. Why is he pissed off with me? Doesn't make any sense. But those two are probably the best that I came across, because all the other sellers, it just seems like it's a crapshoot if the game's going to work or not. They should work, but they don't always work. But with DK Oldies, everything that I bought has worked. fine, without a problem. So really, my only complaint with DK Oldies really is why they have to charge so much for the consoles. It makes no sense. I get that they refurbish these things, but they should not be charging that much for a console. There are a few games that I see that they charge a lot of money for, like SmackDown, Here Comes the Pain. I think they want like $80 for that or $89 for that. Why? Why do they want $89 for that game? SmackDown, Here Comes the Pain, yeah, it's a good wrestling game, but I don't understand charging that much. I had a copy of that game at one point for, I mean, I didn't pay for it. It was given to me. But the game years ago, like in 2012, 2013, that game was only going for about $10. So what happened there? Did it fluctuate in rarity? I doubt it. I never heard of a wrestling game getting extremely rare and cost that much money. I think that's kind of ridiculous that DK Oldies is charging that much for that game because it makes no damn sense. So, in Tony Hawk's Pro Skater or Pro Skater 4 and the Underground series should not be $35, DK Oldies. They sell on eBay for around 10 to 15 bucks. And that is one of the few sports games on PS2 and Xbox and GameCube. I understand the GameCube version being more. But if you buy it on PS2 or original Xbox, it's only a $10 to $15 game for each one of them. So how does that make any sense charging $35 for a copy of that? It's bullshit. It really is bullshit. Come on, DKO, just use your brains. Come on, Joey. Come on, Marty. Come on, everybody that's in that crew. Hunter and that other dude. Use your brains. That's too much money. Now I did see one other thing that I noticed in the videos. Joey was talking to that new kid who's probably in his 20s. He's younger than me. And he was saying, so what's going on here? He said, oh, well, I'm just getting together this guy's order. Okay, and what did he do? He ordered 8 different consoles, and he ordered a bunch of games. Oh, okay, sounds awesome. So you're going to put that all in one box? He said, well, with everything that this guy's got from us, we're going to probably have to put it into 2 boxes. Joey said, oh, okay, that's cool. Joey was kind of being a commentator at the moment. I know that he knows what's going on and how this whole shipping thing works when they ship it out the door to the person that bought all this stuff. He already knows. But for the video's sake, he was trying to act like a dummy. So, yeah, he was like, oh, it sounds great. So you're going to put it in 2 boxes? Yeah, probably. We can't fit it all in 1 box. Oh, okay, great. All right, well, I'm going to go pick out some games for this order. And he goes out there. He picks out an N64 game because the guy ordered an N64, a Nintendo GameCube, an NES, Sega Genesis, a Sega Master System, a Sega Dreamcast, I believe, a PS1, a PS2, and a PS3. Ordered like 8 different consoles and probably about 20 to 30 games for between all of those consoles, which is pretty awesome. So the guy no doubt spent about $2,000 on all of this stuff, maybe $1,500. I'm not 100% certain on what he spent, but I have a good estimate of what he spent. He spent $1,500 to $2,000. So Joey goes out there, he picks out God of War on PS2 and Army Men Sarge's Heroes 2 for the N64. And he said, okay, we got these 2 games going, bring it back to the table. And then he talks to the kid and says, all right, we're going to add these to the order for free. He said, okay, sounds good. That isn't good enough, Joey. Come on. If the guy had ordered 8 consoles for me, and he ordered some games, right? Sega Master System, let's say he ordered Monopoly, Phantasy Star 1, and Sonic the Hedgehog. NES, he ordered Double Dragon 1 and 2. Super Mario Bros. 1 and 2 and 3 comes with the bundle. He ordered the Zapper gun to go with it, and an extra controller, so 2 controllers. All the cores come with it. The controller comes with 1 controller, so the extra controller is $10. And then he ordered Ice Climber, Low Runner, Stinger, Star Force, Excite Bike, and let's say Mega Man or Kirby's Adventure, something like that. Ordered about 10 NES games, 3 Sega Master System games, plus the consoles themselves. Then for the PlayStation 3, ordered Uncharted 1, 2, 3, Ratchet & Clank, Tools of Destruction, Resistance 1, 2, and 3, Crisis 2, and Bioshock 1 and 2, and say Infamous 1 and 2, and Batman Arkham City. Let's say you ordered about 10 games for the PS3. Oh, and MotorStorm. We'll throw that one in there just in case I didn't get 10 in there. MotorStorm as well. And Infamous. And then for the PS2, he ordered a PS2 with the console and the cords and 2 controllers and a memory card. And then he ordered God of War 1 and 2 and Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 and Time Splitters and Max Payne. And then for the PS1, he ordered a PS1 with all the cords and a controller, 1 controller. He didn't have enough money for the second one. A memory card for that. Spyro the Dragon, Spyro 2, and Spyro 3, Year of the Dragon. Spyro 2 being Ripto's Rage, sorry. And Crash Bandicoot. And also Tomb Raider. And then he ordered on the Sega Genesis console, which comes with Sonic the Hedgehog 2 and Sonic the Hedgehog 1. I would do that. I would put 2 in the bundle. But he didn't stop there. He ordered Sonic the Hedgehog 3, Sonic Spinball, Sonic and Knuckles, and Sonic 3D Blast. Tin Head, Vector Man 1 and 2, and Kid Chameleon. And Mortal Kombat. So he ordered about 8 games there. For the Dreamcast, he ordered a Dreamcast, and our inventory did not have a whole lot of Dreamcast games because they're hard to get. So he just ordered Marvel vs. Capcom and Sonic Adventure. And then I guess that's it, right? Maybe he ordered a few games for no particular console, he already had the console, but he ordered a couple of Super Nintendo games, we'll say. Like ActRaiser, Castlevania 4, Super Mario RPG, Super Mario World, and Super Mario Kart. Pac-Man 2. I know the game sucks, but sometimes people want at least one game that sucks in their collection. And then we'll say Donkey Kong Country and like a $10 game like NBA Jam, or Street Fighter 2. Since that game's about 10 to $15. And then maybe Smart Ball or something, or Jurassic Park. And I only give them 2 games. Wow. Are you going to want to do business with me again? No. Basically gave him $30 worth of stuff. Come on. I'm a cheap ass, Joey. If it had been me, I would have thrown in Army Men Sergeant Heroes 1 and 2. If I had already put God of War in there, which I pretty much did, I wouldn't put God of War in there again because that wouldn't be fair. I'd throw in another PS2 game. It'd be, let's say, Shadow of the Colossus. All right? And I wouldn't stop there. I would also throw in another PS3 game. I'd put one of the best ones in there. Heavy Rain. Okay, we'll put Heavy Rain in there. That's a good game on the PS3. Throw that in for free. So the customer will be getting Army Men Sergeant Heroes 1 and 2, Time Splitters 2, Heavy Rain, and I wouldn't stop there. I'd throw in another game as well for free. For Sega Genesis, I'd probably throw in Streets of Rage 2. I'd throw that in. That's good business right there. Good business module. I threw in 5 games. 5 games for free. Not 1 or 2. So I might have given about $75 worth of stuff there, or 50 bucks worth of stuff. But the customer feels welcomed. And the customer feels like they didn't get ripped off. So that customer ends up coming back to me and buying more stuff from me. And isn't ripped off from, any of the bullshit business practices. So that's what you should do, Joey. If someone orders 8 consoles, throw in 5 or 6 games, not just 2. Come on, make them feel like it's worth their time. If you do that, more people will buy shit from you. And they won't feel that you, Hunter, Marty, and all those other people that work for the company, all those women and men that work for the company are not being ripped off. It makes common sense. Oh, and still, I never got my copy of Road Rash. What the hell's going on with that, man? Why can't y'all motherfuckers just send that copy to me? What's the big fucking deal? I don't understand it. Makes no sense. Still waiting on a copy of that for Sega Genesis, but nothing's been resolved from that either. So that's another problem, is that they didn't resolve the issue of that. I asked them to on not Facebook, Instagram, but they haven't. But for the majority of things, I think DK Oldies is all right, except the prices on the consoles, that could be changed. And when their order gets picked to be filmed, if it's a large order like that, you need to throw in more games or throw in an extra plushie. If you don't want to throw in too many games, like you throw in 2 or 3 games, fine. But throw in a plushie as well, or a t-shirt from DK Oldies. Make it worth the person's time. Make them feel like they're getting a good deal by spending $2,000, Joey. Come on, man. It's your duty to make sure that they get a good deal. Because if they don't get a good deal, then they're going to say, screw DK Oldies. I'm going to eBay. I'm going to Amazon. I'm going to GameStop. Or I'm going to Game Exchange. Because I know Game Exchange is pretty much around the world. They're the only game store that's like around the world. Except for GameStop, of course. All these other retro game stores might only have 1 or 2 places. They're not universally known. So, people are going to stop buying stuff from your online service and go to other places. But if you want to keep good rapport, keep people coming back to your online store and buying video games, consoles, and other stuff, you got to do better, Joey. You got to do better. And I know that they improved with some things, like making sure that their systems work properly, that they're tested, that they're thoroughly cleaned out, because they've had a lot of people get mad about that. And that is a problem. And that they actually did take care of putting games in sleeves before shipping them out, because before they weren't. And then the cover arts were getting destroyed. And they're putting sleeves on handhelds like the DS, 3DS, and the PSP, because they know that those screens get scratched, and when people get them, they see it. It's like, this is what I paid $200 for with a couple of games with scratched up screens. Like, that's ridiculous. Well, they fixed that, so that's good. But when it comes to the person's order being filmed, you need to do better, Joey. You need to do better. And with their game prices, I don't think they're terrible, but I do think that the console prices need to be better. So that's ultimately what I have to say about DK Oldies. I know I'm probably the only one talking about it right now here on YouTube. There's others that have talked about it, but they talked about it like a year ago or a year and a half ago. Nothing relevant or nothing new. So I'm like the only one that I think that's talking about this. So those are my thoughts on the whole DK Oldies situation. Hope you guys enjoyed my little rant here. And God bless you all, and stay tuned for more gaming videos. They're coming. I got another pickups video planned very soon. I'm just waiting for those games to get here, and then we'll unbox the thing, and then I'll shoot the video. God bless you all. Take care. Peace.
I think he needs to probably shop at like Amazon. I know it costs to go to Amazon, but if I was him, I would go to Amazon because eBay you can't trust eBay or DK Oldies right now. I know he made a video about DK Oldies rant about it, how they. I know he got that video too. I could probably react. I watched the video already, but I could probably react to that video. On my next reaction, by the DK rant, but for now I'm probably going in stream right now, but what I got coming, I'll see what I got coming up next. I'll probably do a vlog on my Geno Market Vlogs channel. Probably do a vlog there, and probably do a couple videos from my Geno Productions channel. Probably do a probably for my two brothers with attitude channel and my Geno Market TV channel. Probably give a message to the black women. That'll probably be my next video that I upload. I'll probably just schedule it. I always schedule my videos nowadays instead of uploading them right away. I usually just premiere them and then it comes out. I usually premiere my videos nowadays. I do it. I may have a premiere for next Sunday, maybe at 3 o'clock. I usually premiere my videos at 3 o'clock. Usually 3 o'clock or 7 o'clock. Usually those are my time when I go live or go premiere videos. It's either 3 o'clock, 5 o'clock, or 7 o'clock. Usually those are the times where I premiere videos or upload videos or go live. Usually, most of the time. But it's time about premiere video. It usually come at 3 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 7 o'clock, or either 9 or 10 sometimes. If I been trying to record it and then I try to upload it. I upload it kind of late sometimes. So that's usually the schedule for these next channels. For my channels, so here's my URLs. Just go to that site. You can see all my social medias on there. All my social media, my Cash App, my PayPal on there. I'm on this. I have Discord, but I don't be on Discord. I know people on Discord, but I don't be on Discord like that. But that's my video. Going in stream. Peace, everyone. I'm out. Got my Kenny Omega shirt. Time for me to go out and get my mom some beer. She wants beer, so I might come back with the episode 2, probably around 7 or after I finish eating. I might come back with another episode. I like doing these broadcasts with I just react to videos. It's basically me by myself, solo videos basically. I might come back with another episode tonight. I don't think I watch NXT. I probably watch NXT some other time instead of watching it live. So I probably just start doing my game streams. So I might come back with another live stream. Geno Morgan react videos episode 2 maybe. Or I might come out with it tomorrow or I don't know. Or just probably do it next week. But if I don't come out with it today or tomorrow, but I plan on doing another live stream. Peace, everyone. I'm out. Peace.